U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel made the final stop on his Middle East tour to meet with Egyptian Defense Minister General Abdel-Fattah el-Sissi in Cairo on Wednesday. Hagel also held his first face-to-face meetings with Egypt's top leaders, where he's thought to have stressed the importance of maintaining close military ties with the country. He described talks with President Morsi as a get-acquainted session and praised Egypt's political transition, confirming continued support by the Obama administration.
You were in Southern California?
Let's get more on that story. We joined live from Cairo by Dr. Wednesday.Hagel, a senior researcher at the Middle East Center for Political and Strategic Studies. Dr. Hagel, U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel has praised what he termed Egypt's transition to democracy, but his visit also comes at a time for deep division in the country. What will be the impact of his visit, especially since he's a high-ranking official of the U.S. government?
Well, first of all, it is some kind of course of a procedural visit. There are long, stable strategic interests between the United States and Egypt, and specifically the Egyptian army. What is happening right now, though, in a moment where there's a lot of political tension going on in Egypt, the American administration is very keen to actually have a dialogue with the Egyptian army, believing that this is the professional institution that sort of guarantees stability and guarantees the regional role that Egypt has been playing in the Middle East for the past 30 years, which the United States cares very much to have Egypt continue on playing.
And Dr. Hagel, there's been a lot of upheaval surrounding Egypt's judiciary recently. What would be the impact of proposed changes on the law on the judiciary?
Well, there's of course a lot of chaos between who exactly leads the balance of authorities. The new constitution does not clearly divide authorities between the executive, the judiciary, and the legislative. And again, there is an absent parliament. We don't have a parliament right now, and it seems that there are now two opposing poles: the executive, the president, and the Muslim Brotherhood, in opposition with the judiciary. They try to perhaps take control over it, and the judiciary fights back. I believe that if the executive is not well supported by the army, it will lose the battle against the judiciary. So now is the perfect time for the judiciary actually to find a common ground with the Egyptian army.
All right, Dr. Wednesday.Hagel, thanks very much for joining us live from Cairo.